Gotta get with it to get lost. You understand?
Yeah. This young Lord reporting live from Atlanta, Georgia.
What's up guys, welcome back to the vlog. I just finally got back here in Japan. You know, it's been about 3 weeks that I was in Bali. You know, I got in good shape, I got a nice tan, I feel very good. December is a pretty busy December. I got a few events that I have to do. I have to come back to my running club as well too. Also, I do have a big community event on the 20th of December as well too, something that I love to do always at the end of the year. So we have a very busy December, you know. But in this vlog, we're gonna do our typical thing that we do in our apartment, you know, make coffee, do the simple stuff, get work done, invite my team members over and everything like that, work at night. But I kind of want to show you guys what I've been thinking about over the last few weeks as I kind of traveled around the world and everything, and what I've seen. Right now I'm trying to look for a coffee shop, bakery, or a place where I can do a partnership with. But as you know, I love coffee. I want to find like a cafe, you know, like to partner with, but also at the same time, like I'm also creating my own coffee company as well too. So eventually maybe I have had opportunities to open up cafes all over Tokyo, but I'm not ready to quite do that yet. There's a lot of people within my community that have cafes, bakeries, and all of that. So I want to be creative of what I look for. So that's why I'm gonna go on a mission in this vlog to show you, okay, what's a nice ecosystem, what's a nice place that I can host a after run event where people can come together and have deeper conversations and talk about it over a cup of joe, over bakeries, over whatever it is. It can even be a full-on meal, but I just want to be able to find a place just like that. What's up guys, so I found this coffee shop called Streamers Coffee Company. Obviously I'm trying to find a cafe or a bakery or some place to do a partnership with, where after the run club we can come here and get a coffee or get some food together and have deeper conversations and everything like that. So this is kind of the first one. Their coffee is super good. I think there's a few things that I have to look for. Is there enough space to hold maybe 40-50 people, or maybe do I have to figure out that we're gonna have to have more intimate groups where it's 10 to 15 people max that we can host, you know? So this could be something that we do supplement to, you know, what we already do on Sundays, where during the weekdays we gather people, you know, we bring people maybe 10 to 15, we limit it, you know, it's first come first serve, and then after a 5K run around Tokyo we come here and then drink, you know, coffee, eat food or whatever it is, or it could be a morning thing too. But the only thing about cafes in Tokyo is that they open so late. They don't open early at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. or something like that. They open at 11 or even sometimes noon, right? So that's kind of late for a lot of people, and that's the reason why I feel I might partner with a bakery, because I know the owners and they could be flexible with the times and everything. They could open it up because the ladies are already up, you know, at 2 a.m. already making all the food and all that, you know, the bakeries, and they also have coffee as well too, and possibly maybe they could put my coffee in there that, you know, I got from Kona as well. So just wanted to test out cafes and see the vibes and everything. But I like this place, but like I said, once again, it's the time. The good thing about the bakery is that it's owned by one of the person in my community, so it's very nice that I can support her business, you know, as well too. So it's very fun, and that's where I'm gonna probably go tomorrow, and I'm gonna take a look and see what we can do over there. But yeah, in this vlog, I want to show you just the ins and outs of how I operate businesses, what I look for, because I think my biggest positive thing about me, but also my biggest negative, is that I don't want to say I'm creative, but I'm very ambitious, creative. I always have new ideas and I take action on every idea I have, you know? So I think I need to find that balance. Too much of something isn't good. Being too creative isn't good. Too much of an action taker isn't good either too. So I always have to find that balance. But when I always go on my daily walks, you know, all these ideas, all these things come, and then when I'm on my walk, I find all these brick and mortar places, cafes, you know, all these places where people come to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, right? And I see the reactions, the faces, how people interact at these coffee shops, bakeries, all these places. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, let's see what kind of things I can do to possibly help this place. I'm really showing more authority, showing that hey, this is what I've done. Here's the proof of what I've done in the United States. And now I'm doing it in Japan, and I've done it the last 2 years, and I've been having a lot of tremendous success with it. I want to show you guys, and I've been just giving free value. And someone that I really learned a lot about free free value and just giving so much was Alex Hormozi. You know, he's been killing it in the United States, and I feel like I want to take kind of like his concepts of what he did with my experiences and take the aspect of being a athlete here in Japan too, and really honing in on my body, being in shape, you know, balancing sports, businesses, communities, and everything in relationships, right? And I want to just showcase all of that. So like, and you know, today what I'm going to be looking for is specifically someone or some place where I can hold, you know, a little small gathering after the run club.
And the winner is Hove, my man. Speech. First of all, I want to thank my connect, the most important person with all due respect.
What's up, guys? So we made it to the bakery. I think, like I said, this is, you know, a unique spot. It's in a place called Tanashi, about 5-minute walk from the station. Super quiet street, as you can kind of see. It's basically her mother's house and then below, but I don't know if they live in it anymore. But yeah, it has a really good vibe to it. In Japanese, we use a terminology called kawaii, which is cute. I think it has that feel. It's like a bear, right? Kuma, you know, Kuma is a bear. So his name is Bakery Kumako. We're in a bakery shop and I'm getting hungry. Oh, this already feels heavy. I like how it's a mom and daughter relationship, that they work together to sell bakery, something that they're passionate about. So everything in business, everything in life is about storytelling. I think the key is to be able to tell a story that captivates but also relates to people that are watching, you know. So I think if you can get the right story and the right message across, it doesn't really matter the product that you sell, whether it's good bakery or bad bread or good bread, whatever it is, it'll get people to want to come and buy, you know. I think this is the one that's gonna be able to sell a lot right here. The butamon, the pork bun.
The bread is good. Maybe I'm biased because I know this person, but obviously I think everything in our world today is based off the internet, and you just have to grab attention somehow, right? And I think once you have attention, you have the leverage to be able to do anything. And that's why I always say, sorry, I have food in my mouth, but attention is the king of currency. That's the most valuable currency in this world. If you can grab attention, you can sell anything, like bakery, online products, clothes, whatever it is, right? Community. So I think that's a beautiful thing. What is your dream?
I want to people to take care of themselves. So I'm trying to provide a healthy stuff for them as much as I can.
Yeah.
Good job.
You believe there's power in social media then, yeah? The online presence is strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's why like I just like whenever you ask me that question, just there was nothing whenever we started it,
Yeah.
like any like passion or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good though, because I always say, like, in business you want to start with something that you don't have to start with something you're passionate about. It's whatever that makes money, and then she learned, you know what I mean? But but like I think bakeries can do well, you know. Like you just have to kind of like fix the direction of how you want to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
like we're kind of like now like giving up.
But there could be a second life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah, that's why like it's kind of like whenever you guys come today, and then just like it's kind of like a trigger, and then like
It could be a spark.
Yes, that's what I want
Yeah.
to say, spark.
Yeah. But honestly, I think, like I always say, it only takes one video or one thing to just change everything, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see. Honto. But honto, arigato, like, for letting us come.
No. Yeah, like for me, it's like getting into this community. It was for me, it's like out of my comfort zone. And then watching you guys video all the time, and your YouTube and Bianca-san's video all the time, and just like, yeah, I needed these kind of people, you know, around me, and it motivates me.
But community is very daiji to mo. You know, it's very important. I think even bakery community.
Like I like being alone.
Yeah.
And then, but I don't like being lonely.
Yeah. That's exactly it. What's up, guys? So yeah, we just got done with the bakery. But yeah, as I'm thinking about it, you know, like hearing the stories and all of this, like, so essentially they started it simply because the mom thought
a bakery would be a very easy way to make money. And I do believe if you do it right, you know, you can definitely make a lot of money, because I've seen a lot of successful bakeries in Hawaii, like Liliha Bakery, Kamehameha Bakery, you know, Leonard's Bakery. All of these bakeries, they all got famous because of social media, and they sold like one thing got them really popular, and that one thing led to them having people buy all these other stuff that they sell, right? When I was thinking about a bakery and how they could actually do it, it's just finding this one product that can go viral and get people to come to the door. And once people come to the door, they meet the owners, they meet the people that are behind this magical, you know, item that they have. From there, that's where other people start buying it. And I think right now, especially with the brick and mortar store, you never know what kind of foot traffic you're gonna get, especially because it's not in the middle of nowhere, but it is in an area where it's isolated away from the big city. But I do think that with tourism being such a big thing right now in this world, and in Japan especially, I think the foot traffic can grow, you know, because I think a lot of foreigners are looking for places that aren't the tourist traps, right? That are like local, you know, they want to experience real Japan. And I feel like to experience real Japan, you have to go to Japanese owned place, you know, it's not a corporate place, a mother-daughter relationship, baking, you know, homemade, you know, it's grass-fed, you know, it's organic, they use quality ingredients. So I think being able to kind of do something and showing that. And I think at the end of the day, when I asked her, like, you know, how is the social media and everything, it's like that's not their strong suit, but they realize that it's very important. So I think one thing that I can put my expertise is creating content, you know. But I think if in a business sense, I think the number one thing is having one product that literally can go viral. And to me, I think I found the one that they have is because it's called butaman. It's like pork buns. Basically in Hawaii we call it manapuas, but I think this concept, like the manapuas, they look different. It's more flat, this ones that they have, the pork buns. I'm excited, you know. I'm definitely gonna keep in contact with her and see what we can kind of do. But I would love to maybe see if I can create like a video on social media and then help that place go viral or something. But that's the thing, you know, there is a power of social media. It's just crazy how one video can change someone's life. One video can make a failing business into a booming business. And like a guy that I really did like watching, you know, over the past couple years is Keith Lee, right? He would review food places, and then whatever he does review, like sometimes it was like a failing business, a failing spot, but then it became like a booming spot because of social media, right? There's so many stores in Japan and places in Japan that people don't know of. It's because they lack the social exposure, right? So that's why like I do believe that like if there's one skill set that you really need, obviously in life sales is the most important, but sales can include how to edit properly, how to tell your story properly. I feel like I was telling her that like people don't buy your products. Yeah, your products have to be good, but at the same time they're buying who you are, right? And if they can see your story, they can feel it, you know, and understand like what you're going through and like why you're doing this, then they'll gravitate towards you more, right? Because at the end of the day, they're buying who you are, not your product. And I say this for every business, right? So be good at telling a story, and that's part of sales. Sales is being able to articulate a very powerful story that captivates whoever you're selling to. And I think that everyone should learn that, and obviously learn how to edit and create content, because that's the new way of sales, you know, digital sales, honestly. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna go back home, relax, eat the leftover breads that I have that I bought, and enjoy it.
Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? You know that you can always say what's on your mind. Are you on your way?